Good morning class. Welcome to the online classes for physics of class 12th. Here we have seen that in the last session we have completed our chapter that is electromagnetic and induction. Here we are going to see some MCQs related to that electromagnetic induction chapter. Where you can see the image also. Try to zoom it out because here I can zoom it more. See the first question, that is a moving conductor coil in a magnetic field produces an induced EMF. This is the correct statement because we know that whenever a moving charge is there, it produces magnetic field. Similarly, if it is a moving magnetic field, or we can say that a rotating magnet, or we are changing the magnet field to be moved, then the flux also change, and these changing flux can produce induce EMF and produces current if it is taken in the closed circuit, but will be in the opposite direction. So here what the line is, that is a moving conductor coil in a magnetic field, that is a moving conductor. Now the moving conductor, whether the conductor is moving or the magnetic field is moving, the EMF will be induced. So what it is asking, that which is the law, that is this law is in accordance with which law, because we know Ampere's law, it is not there. If we talk about Coulomb's law, we know that it is a product of the charges and inversely proportional to the distance between them. We have seen Lenz's law also, that it always the force that it is causing it will oppose its direction. That is, the induced current will always oppose its direction. It will be oppose its cause through which it is produced. So it is not there. So we can say Coulomb's law is already eliminated. Ampere's law is also not there, and Lenz's law is also not there. So the only option is Faraday's law. So the next question, that is the induced EMF is produced when a magnet is flung into a coil. We know that whenever a conductor is moved, then there is a change in the flux and EMF is induced over there. Now the question is that the strength of the induced EMF is independent of, what is the independency? So it will not depend on, see the first point, that is the number of the coils. It is talking about the number of the coils. Yes, it will depend because we have seen that phi is always depends on the number of the coils also. We have seen that it is NBA, and omega is also comes, sin omega t cos omega t also comes. So it depends on the number of the turns. Secondly, speed with which the magnet is moved. It obviously it will depend because how much the magnet speed moving will be there. The number of the flux lines which will be perpendicular to the surface of the coil will be more. So the magnetic flux will be more, and the changing in the magnetic flux will give induced EMF also more. So it will depend on it. So it is not independent of the moving magnetism. And next thing, that is the strength of the magnet. Yes, it is also required because it is depending upon the B. It is directly proportional to the magnetic field. So it will depend on the strength also. So last one, that is the resistivity of the wire. Here the wire's resistance will not be there because whenever the conductor is moved, so magnetic field or change is produced in the flux linkage. So due to this flux only the EMF is induced, not due to some external voltage. And we know that whenever resistance is taken, then we can say that some voltage or the potential is provided to it, and it is directly proportional to the current. There is some effect which will oppose this current, so that is taken as resistance. Here no potential is given, no external effect is also given. So the only option is resistance of the wire of the coil, that is D option. Now the next, the magnetic flux through a coil is inversely proportional, that it will not depend. Inversely proportional, we know that phi depends on B, A, and if you talk about number of the turns as N, it also depends on cos theta, which was taken as cos omega t also. So on differentiating, we got it as NBA omega sin omega t. So there also we can say that it depends on NB area, that is magnetic field, number of turns, area also. And here these three terms are already given: magnetic field, number of turns, and the area. So what does it does not depend on? That it will does not depend on the independent resonance, that is inversely proportional. So it will none of the words there which will be inversely proportional to the magnetic flux. Faraday's law are consequence of the conservation of, we know that this will be conservation of energy. Lenz's law will also be the conservation of energy itself. Now next thing, the Lenz's law gives. What the Lenz's law gives, we have already learned that it states that whenever the induced current is flowing through the closed circuit, then it will always oppose the change that is produced in it. That is, flux if it is increasing, then the induced EMF will increase, but the induced current will oppose it, that it will decrease its flux. So it always shows us that it opposes its cause, that is, it is showing that it will always acts in the opposite direction. So here it is asking magnitude of induced EMF. It does not give the induced EMF's magnitude. It does not give the magnitude for the induced current. Does not tells us about the value. It is telling about only the direction. So whether it tells both the magnitude and the direction, no. Magnitude is not told by this. It is the only direction. So option A, that is the direction of the induced current. Next question, which of the following phenomena make use of electromagnetic induction? Where it is used? If you are talking about a charging of storage battery, then it is not done. Magnetizing a soft iron piece by placing inside a current carrying coil. Okay, here also some we can say that it happens, but electromagnetic induction it is asking, but we are taking a magnetizing a soft iron, we are trying to magnetize it, and that way in a current carrying solenoid. We are not taking a current carrying, but we are taking a conductor which will be trying to movable, or the magnet is movable, any one of it, that will produce a magnetic flux in it. That changing flux will produce the EMF. So here the induced EMF will not due to the soft iron piece or due to the current carrying conductor. Similarly, magnetizing iron piece with a bar magnet. We are taking an iron piece and we are trying to magnetize. Here the induced EMF will be not there. So this is also not the electromagnetic induction. If we talk about a generation of hydroelectricity, we know that in the hydro power plants generators are used, and we know that any generator will provide principal working will be electromagnetic induction itself. So whenever the generation will be there, that is generator, because in hydroelectric power plant or a thermal power plant, only working will be due to the electromagnetic induction, that is in the generator. Now if we see the second question, that a magnetic flux linked with a coil due to its own magnetic field is related to the number of the turns of the coil as how much it will depend. So it will depend on the number of the turns, and it is asking magnetic flux linked with a coil due to its own magnetic field is related to the number of the turns of the coil as. We know that the number of the coils, it will be not inversely proportional. Now we answer that is directly proportional, inversely proportional. It will be directly proportional, but n square. Why? Because we know that phi is given as NBA, and if we talk about magnetic field, then also it is taken as n, that is number of turns. Here also the number of turns, both will depend on the number of the turns. So this can be given as n square. So phi will be directly proportional to the n square. So option A. Next, electromagnetic induction, that induced charge is independent of, that is it will not depend on. We know that charge change on the flux, it will depend, time also it will depend. So the only option that is it will not depend will be, that is resistance also can it depend, because time, if we talk it about the rate of the change is given, not for the resistance, because resistance will occur because we have seen that formula, right? V is equals to IR, and from there if we take it as a resistance, then it will be, or if we are taking the value of I, then it will be V by R. So V will be EMF, so EMF upon R will be taken here, and what I is given as, that is d phi by dt itself. So it depends on the resistance also. From this formula we can say it depends on the resistance. So what it will be, that it is not depend on the time, how much time it is taking we can't say, but the movement should be fast, that the moving coil should be there, that the moving magnet should be there. Okay, now the next one, to induce an EMF in a coil, the linking magnetic field must, what should it do? Linking magnetic should not be constant, so it should not remain constant. Must increase, it is not necessary that it should increase, but if you are taking movement very fast at the initial point, then it can decrease. So it can decrease or increase also. So what the point will be, that it can either increase or decrease, so it will be B option. Now the second question, see, that is the magnetic flux through a circuit of a resistance R changes by amount del phi by del t, that is there is a change in the magnetic flux that is given by del phi by del t. Now it is asking that the total quantity of the electric charge, how much electric charge that can be, how much electric charge that can be, that passes through the point in the circuit during the time del t is represented by, we are talking about the charge. What the charge will be given as, that is the del phi upon R, because we know that the charge is given by IT. So on taking that del phi by del t, t will be cancelled, and I by R, that is will be taken as del phi upon R. So del phi by del t is given for EMF. If we talk about EMF, then EMF is for V is equals to I, that is kind of induced EMF is kind of potential difference itself. And for I, if we take it this del t cross here, then del phi will be taken as I R del t, and we know that is I and del T together, because Q is given as rate, or current is given as rate of change of number of charges producing per unit second. That means I into del T will be given as Q, so it will be given as QR. So QR is taken, that is phi will be given as QR. So from there, if we find out the value of Q, then what it will be, that is del phi upon R. So Q will be given as del phi upon R. Okay. So the next question, that is a coil has 200 turns and area of 70 centimeters square. Similarly, it is given the magnetic field perpendicular to the plane of the coil is how much? It is 0.3 meter square and take 0.1 second to rotate through 180 degree. So what is the induced EMF in it? What is the induced EMF will be? So we know that change in the flux, it will produce the EMF. So EMF will be equals to that of rate of change of flux, right? And flux is given as, it is given as NBA, that is phi is given as number of the turns, magnetic field and area, right? So what the value will be, that is it will depend on the number of the turns, magnetic field and the area. Everything is given here for you, that is time is also given, but for induced EMF if we talk, then it will be del phi by del T. So on putting this NBA here and time, that is down, it will be 0.1 second. That is already given 0.1 second, and 70 centimeter area is given, and 200 turns per second, it is also N also given, and magnetic field which is given as 10 to the power minus 4, because I think 1 Tesla is given. Sorry if the question is not visible to you, I will be telling you what the word is used over there. It is, I think, 1 Tesla. Yeah, there is 0.3 Weber meter square, which will be converted into the, that is 0.3 into 10 to the power 4, it will be converted into the Tesla. So from there we can find out the magnetic field also. On putting this values, we will get the EMF, and that EMF will be equal to that of volts. It will be given in the volts, which is equals to the 8.4 volts. Okay, that is the option number C. Next question, that is the expression of the induced EMF consists a negative sign. The expression of the, what is the significance of the negative sign? That we know that the induced EMF will oppose the change in the magnetic flux. So what is the option over there, that which will oppose its magnetic flux, or the change in the magnetic flux? The induced EMF will oppose it. So which is the option, that is C, that is opposes the change in the magnetic flux. Similarly, see the next question, that is the Lenz and the Faraday's law is expressed by the following formula, E phi N. So which is the formula here? We know that the Lenz formula is given as minus, and for EMF we know that is the rate of the change of flux with respect to time, and it is taken as minus due to the Lenz law. And again, if we talk about the number of the turns, then it is NBA. So here N will come. So the formula will be epsilon minus N d phi by dt. That is, the induced EMF will be equals to the number of the turns as well as the rate of the change of the flux. Now the next question, that is the rectangular coil of 100 turns, it is taken, and now that is N value will be 100, and it is placed perpendicular to the magnetic field of 0.10, or what it is 0.1, it is 0.1 Tesla. The field drops to 0.05 Tesla in 0.05 seconds, that it is changing, the flux is changing. So we can write it as phi 2 minus phi 1, and we have seen this formula also, phi 2 minus phi 1 upon T, and it is N. Now only we have said that is N d phi by dt. So here N phi 2 minus phi 1 can be given for the EMF, and we have seen that the droppage is there, that's why we are using this formula, that is it is dropping from 0.1 Tesla to 0.05 Tesla, that too in the 0.05 seconds. So we will be taking the time as 0.05 seconds, and since it is given in Tesla, so we convert it into Gauss, that is 10 to the power minus 4, so 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 4 minus 5 to 10 to the power minus 4. Okay, because we have to first find out the number of the turns also. So number of turns here will be 100, it is given there, it is 100 turns. So on putting this value here, we will get the value of the EMF. So EMF will be given as and phi 2 minus phi 1 upon the time. Now the next question say an electron moves along the line AB, line along the what is written as AB, which lies in the same plane as the circular loop of the conducting wire as shown in the figure. What will be the direction of the current induced, if any, and the loop? So what is the current induced here? It is asking. So what the option will be that the current will change the direction as the electrons pass by. That is if the electron is moving. That is if any direction, if you consider that it is moving here, the arrow is already given to you, that is moving from left to right condition. So if it is moving from left to right condition, the flux linked with the loop will increase, right? Because see, this loop is there. If it is moving, then it will increase because it is moving from near the loop. But after that, when it pass away from that loop, the induced EMF will decrease, or the flux will decrease. So the induced current will have a different direction, or that opposite direction, can say that the electron will try to change its direction when it is passed by that loop. So its first option, that is current will change direction when it passes by the loop. Okay, so we have seen some MCQs. Tomorrow again we will be seeing the MCQ. In this sessions we will try to make the periods that through which we can see the MCQ pattern also before your pre-board. So thank you class. Tomorrow we'll be seeing some more MCQs regarding this chapter itself.